Why, hi there, I'm Ron Juckett, and Retro Sports Baseball, Retro Sports Network presents Saturday Game of the Week, Pro Baseball 64. Today, June 6th, it's from Bloomington, Minnesota. It's the Minnesota Twins and the Baltimore Orioles. And the Minnesota Twins have been the, let's say, Cinderella story of the American League this year. They and the Yankees are in an absolute dogfight for first place in the American League. The Twins lead in the loss column. The Yankees lead in the percentage column. Actually, the Twins, that was the case, but the Twins now have a one-game lead over the Yankees, and they beat Baltimore yesterday. So the Twins are 32-16. The Orioles are 5 back, but they've won 6 of their last 10. And so it's a big one here this afternoon in Minnesota. The White Sox have started to play like they're capable of doing, and they've cut within 5.5. So we should be now at the start of a 4-horse race on this Belmont Saturday for the American League. Tigers, Red Sox, Angels, Cleveland Indians, Washington Senators, and Kansas City Athletics are well back, even though the Red Sox have won 6 out of their last 10 now, so there you go. In the National League, the Pirates, well, they've only won 4 of their last 10, but they now have a 6-game lead over the Reds and the Giants. Cubs and the Dodgers are 8 back. Milwaukee has won 2 straight, they're 8.5. St. Louis is now 10 back. Remember, it's an honest-to-goodness doubleheader for you on Wednesday night baseball between the Giants and the Cardinals from St. Louis. Hey, even the Mets have won 2 straight, so they're 10-40. So this one is a big one. And Dick Stigman is on the hill for Minnesota. He is 4-2 on the year with a 3.55 ERA. In 50 innings, he's allowed 47 hits, 3 homers. He has walked 15 and struck out 45. On the real year, though, well, the win-loss record is a bit deceiving. He went 190 innings and allowed 160 hits, but he loves the long ball. So when the ball leaves the bat, the ball go far. He walked 70 and struck out 159 with a 4.03 ERA. This is the lineup he'll be facing this afternoon. Jerry Adar will lead off and bat second for Baltimore. Louis Aparicio is your shortstop. He'll bat second. Sam Bowens is a left fielder. He'll bat third. Norm Seaburn will bat fourth and play first. Brooks Robinson is the third baseman. He bats fifth. Gino Somoli is the center fielder. He'll bat sixth. Boog Powell is the right fielder. He'll bat seventh. Brown is the catcher. He'll bat eighth. And Stu Barber is the pitcher. He'll bat ninth. The defense around Stigman: Richie Rollins at third, Zolo Versalis at short, Bernie Allen at second, Bobby Allison at first. Versalis is the best of the 4. Allen and Allison are pretty good themselves. Armin Killebrew in left, Jimmy Hall in center, and Tony Oliva in right. Oliva, his average is down to 369. He was hitting 400 a few weeks ago. And Zimmerman, who I'm not real familiar with, is 5-5 behind the plate. So with all that, Adar is a 10-game inning streak, and he steps in at 288 with no homers and 12 RBI. Stigman, the lefty, delivers. It's a fly ball to center. Hall is there, 1 out. It's a nice day here in Bloomington. 82 degrees, wind's blowing out to right at 7. It's comfortable, not too hot. A nice Minnesota summer, late spring afternoon. One of those adjectives works. Here's Aparicio, Louis at 282, 2 homers and 10 RBI. Pitch from Stigman is a fly ball to center. Hall is there again, and there's 2 out. Here's Sam Bowens. Bowens at 268, 5 homers and 16 RBI. Stigman delivers, struck him out. So it was a pitch on the inside edge. Bowens was thinking it was something else. It's strike 3, no runs, no hits, no errors. After 1/2 of 1 inning, Baltimore nothing. The Twins coming up. And as Steve Barber, not Stu, takes his warm-up tosses, we can tell you that he is 2-4 on the year. With a 4.91 ERA, the Twins are licking their chops. In 44 innings, 34 hits, 2 homers allowed. He has walked 30 and struck out 28. Here's the defense around Barber. Brooks Robinson, the all-gold platinum bronze whatever glove at third. He's a 10. Aparicio at short. He's also a 10, even though, remember, if you watch the first one of these Saturday games of the week, he made 2 errors. Jerry Adar is a 7 at second. Seaburn is a 6 at first. Bowen Samoli, who doesn't play center, is in center, and Powell. That is not a good defensive outfield whatsoever, but that's a computer's problem, not mine. Key round behind it, played a 6 and a 5. It'll be Rosales leading off for the Twins. Rollins will bat second. Oliva bats third and plays right. Allison, the first baseman, bats fourth. Hall will bat fifth. Killebrew bats sixth. Bernie Allen seventh. The catcher Zimmerman eighth. He is hitting .318. And Stigman, who got the side on 15 pitches, will bat ninth. Elsewhere, Phillies lead the Giants 2-1 in the fourth. All the scores after 3. Rosales will strike out to start this one. A 2-2 pitch, 1-1 and missed. I'll bring up Rich Rollins. Rich at 304, 4 homers and 15 RBI. Game 47 for the Orioles, number 49 for the Twins. Rollins, he strikes out. 2 for Barber. This one was a full count. That got the inside edge. 2 out for Oliva, who's hitting .369, 21 homers and 46 RBI. He had 32 real-life homers and 672 at-bats. He is 21 and 198. Pitch. There's a fly ball to right. Back goes Powell, and he makes the catch to retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 1, no score. So no score in Cleveland either, where the Senators and Tribe are dueling in the fourth. Seaburn, Robinson, and Samoli. Seaburn at 282 homers and 15 RBI. Stickin delivers, and there's a pop-up. Rosales by the bag at second, 1 out. Brooks Robinson, the batter. Brooks at 278, 2 homers and 22 RBI. Here's the pitch. Got him. 1-2 on the outside corner. Second strikeout for Stigman, and it is Gino Samoli. Holy Samoli, look at the size of that 4 on his picture. Wow, those were on his sleeve when he was with Kansas City. One of those television numbers. Yeah, you can see that. My word. Anyway, he's 0 for 2 with the Birds. 138 and his time in Baltimore with no homers and 3 RBI. Pitch from Stigman is a ground ball to short. Rosales dives and stops, throws to first in time. So Rosales saves a hit. And so the Birds are down in order after 1.5. No runs, no hits, no errors, no score. Detroit and Chicago scoreless in the second. They get the Birds and Chicago next week on the Saturday game. Bob Allison, Jimmy Hall, and Harmon Killebrew here in the second for Minnesota. Allison at 265, 9 homers and 34 RBI. Here's the pitch. Got him, strike 3. So that's 3 for Barber. 0-2 curve, caught the inside corner. Jimmy Hall at 305, 9 homers and 27 RBI. Here's the pitch. There's a pop-up. Adar should have it. He does, 2 out. Mets lead the Dodgers in the 5th, 4-0. All right, now that you've collected yourself off the floor with that, here's Harmon Killebrew. Harmon at 244, 9 homers and 26 RBI. Pitch from Barber is a line drive, left center base hit. Samoli throws it in. Killebrew holds with a single, and now bring up Bernie Allen. Bernie at 311, 6 homers and 28 RBI. Lefty versus lefty here. Ground ball up the middle. Barber bats it around, throws to first to retire Allen. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. We've played 2. The Orioles and Twins are scoreless. And it'll be Big Boot Powell leading off with D. Brown, the catcher, and Barber, start the third. Powell at .313, 9 homers and 30 RBI. And I'd imagine in this water the sleeves are cut on Goode's jersey. Here's the pitch. Popped up. Zimmerman removes the mask and makes the catch for the first out. It's Dick Brown, who is hitting .343, 5 homers and 15 RBI. So he's had a good year. The start, Stigman delivers. Ground ball foul, third base side. We'll do it again. On is a ball and 2 strikes. Stigman has thrown a lot of pitches to get through the first 7 batters. But the Orioles have nothing across on the scoreboard yet. Pitch to Brown. There's a fly ball to center. Hall has it, 2 out. Steve Barber, the batter. The pitcher hitting .143 with an RBI. Here's the pitch. There's the first hit of the ball game for Baltimore as he singles in the right field. That'll bring up Adar, who has a 10-game hitting streak. So for Stigman, 46 for the first 9 hitters, 2 2/3 innings. That's not efficient pitching, boys and girls. A hit, no runs, and 2 strikeouts. Pitch to Adar is a ground ball up the middle, base hit. So the Orioles have runners on first and second. As we can tell you, the Phillies lead the Giants 2-1 in the 5th. As Aparicio comes up here, he's 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. There's a fly ball to left center. Hall goes back. He makes the catch to retire the side, but not before the Orioles don't score, but the hit 2 hits. After 2.5, there's no score. So Jerry Zimmerman, Dick Stigman, and Zolo Rosales here for Minnesota in the third. Zimmerman is at .318 with no homer and an RBI in 22 at-bats. Pitch from Barber. Grounder to second. Adar with a tremendous stab over to Seaburn for 1. Nice play. Adar went in the hole, reached out and snagged it, and it was not a difficult throw. It was just a matter of reaching it. Stigman is at .158, 3 for 19. No homers or RBI. Here's the pitch. Barber gets him to check his swing, but it's a strike for strike 3. So 4 strikeouts for Barber through 2 2/3 innings in 41 pitches. A hit and 4 strikeouts. Rosales was one of those. He struck out his first time up. 0 for 1. And he draws a walk this time. The 3-0 pitch was just low, and that'll bring up Rich Rollins, who also struck out his first time up. Throw to first, Rosales back. Pitch from Barber. Rollins draws a walk, so 2 walks here in the inning, and that'll bring up Tony Oliva. You don't want to mess around with him. 0 for 1 today. But he is putting up a year for the ages right now. Here's the pitch. There's a ground ball to third. Robinson, can you believe it? He boots it, but he throws over to first. Oliva's retired. He knocked it off his glove, played it like a hockey goal. He got in front of it and threw the bang-bang play to first. And that's why he is one of the best defenders of all time. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 3, there's no score. So on the out-of-town scoreboard, top of the 5th from Cleveland, they lead Washington 2-0. Vic Davalillo as a second for the year. Kralik and Daniels going in that one. Philly leads San Francisco 4-1. Johnny Callison with his 5th for the Phils. Bennett and Sanford going in that one. The Mets lead Phil Ortega 4-0. And the Dodgers, Shaq Fisher looking for his 3rd one of the year. Detroit and Chicago scoreless in the 4th. Denny McClain and Gary Peters going in that one. By 66, that would have been an exciting matchup. Bottom 2 from Milwaukee. Braves lead the Cubs 3-0. Jackson and Warren Spahn looking for his 5th win there. Sam Bowens is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. And he'll line that one to center. Hall will dive and not get it. So Bowens is on with a single that fell just in front of Jimmy. He had a 59% chance of making the play, And obviously the call was the coin went to tails. So Bowens has a decent chance to steal. Seaburn is 0 for 1. The runner goes, Zimmerman throws, and he's safe. So that's his first of the year. And the Orioles have a runner in scoring position and nobody out for Seaburn, who's 0 for 1. Pitch. Bowens goes to third, and he's safe. Again, that was a coin flip. Chance, 49% chance, and he did it. So he is 2 on 2 pitches. And oh, by the way, the count is a ball and a strike to Seaburn. And there's a fly ball deep to right. Back goes Oliva. He'll turn and watch it go. It's a home run. So Stigman was distracted by the base runner, Bowen stole 2, and then Seaburn with a 347-foot shot down the line and right for his third of the year. And the Orioles make the Yankees happy too. They lead 2-0. Here's Robinson. He struck out his first time up. Here's the pitch. There's a line drive deep to center, but Hall is there and snags it belt high. There's Gino Samoli. 0 for 1. There's a ground ball to short. Rosales comes in over to Allison. I believe they got him. Yes, sir. So 2 out for Boog Powell, who's 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. Powell, line drive to right. Oliva's there. That retires the side. Not before the Orioles get 2 on the Seaburn blast. 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors. 3.5 in the books. It's 2-0 Baltimore. So here's Bob Allison. Jimmy Hall and Harmon Killebrew for the Twins here in the 4th. Allison struck out his first time up. Pitch from Steve Barber is a line drive left field base hit. I was about to say Barber could relax for a moment because he has the lead, but Allison gets the leadoff single. Here's Jimmy Hall. He's 0 for 1. 85 degrees now, and that's a crosswind from left to right. Pitch to Hall. Line drive right to Adar at second, who leaps and makes the catch. Nice play indeed. Allison doesn't move anywhere. Here's Killebrew. Harmon's 1 for 1 with a single. He and Allison have the 2 Minnesota hits. Here's the pitch. Killebrew walks. So Bernie Allen, the batter. Bernie 0 for 1. Barber has thrown 67 of his 135, by the way. Stigman 74, 125. It looks like it's going to be a bullpen affair before this one is over. Pitch from Barber. Bernie Allen draws the walk. So Barber is scuffling with his control again. That's his 4th walk. Walked 4 and struck out 3. Here's Jerry Zimmerman. Zimmerman with 1 out isn't going to bunt. Bases are loaded. Twins can do some damage here. Pitch from Barber is a ground ball, fly ball, foul, left side. Bowens, nope. So it's a ball and 2 strikes the count now from Barber. Here's the pitch. Here's one up the middle. That should drop. It does. Allison scores. Killebrew should score. Samoli has no arm. Throw goes home. Killebrew beats it. So it's a 2-run single for Zimmerman with 1 out. And the score is tied at 2. So whatever relief the Yankees might have felt has gone by the boards on that single from Zimmerman. And so Dick Stigman will not lay one down here. He really can't bunt. He's going to take the swings. Here's the one from Barber. He does get a piece of it, and that's going to get in the corner. Here comes Allen. Zimmerman holds at third, and Dick Stigman, of all people, has hit a double to give the Twins a 3-2 lead. Trust me, the crowd's a lot louder than what you're hearing. The Twins were playing 667 ball. I mean, they are playing well over their heads, and they have fought back from 2 down. So as they start their 3rd trip through the lineup, Steve Barber takes a moment to reflect. 83 pitches, 3 1/3 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, all earned. He has walked 4 and struck out 4. The lack of control has really hurt him. And here's Versailles, who is 0 for 1 with a walk and has a chance here for 2 more RBI. Here's the pitch. Versailles, ground ball to short. Aparicio saves a run. Zimmerman will score on the out, but Stegman was running all the way. He would have probably, no, he holds it second. So a big second out on the Aparicio grounder. He gathered it in. He knew he didn't have a plate, but he got to make sure that he got the out at first. And he let Stegman back, and Stegman just didn't want to chance it. So it's a smart play by Stegman, but the Twins go ahead 4-2. Here's Rollins. He is 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. Pitch. And Rollins walks. So that's the 5th walk allowed by Barber. And here's Oliva, who is 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. Oliva strikes out to end the inning. He swung on and missed for strike 3. Not before the Twins put 4 on the board on 3 hits and no errors. After 4, it's the Twins 4, Baltimore 2. So Dick Brown, Barber maybe, and Adar here for the Orioles in the 5th. Dick is 0 for 1. Popped up. Second base, Ellen is there, 1 out. So Barber, who has a single, is 1 for 1, but is not finding the strike zone at all. He'll bat. Kind of a check swing to third. Rollins comes in and throws, and they got him. So more of a drag bunt down to third that Rollins filled it on the grass and threw him out. So Stegman, now the 3rd time through the Oriole lineup, 84 pitches, 42 and 42. At least he's consistent. 4 2/3 inning, 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned, and he has struck out 2. Adar is 1 for 2. He is single. And a fly ball to left center. There's Hall, and that retires the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. Halfway home in Bloomington, it's the Twins 4, Baltimore 2. They move to the 7th in Cleveland. The Indians lead Washington 4-1. Allison, Hall, and Killebrew. And that's the combination that got Barber into trouble in the 4th. Pitch to Allison. There's a fly ball to left. Crowd likes it, and they should because it's gone. Bowens turned and watched it go. And so that is well struck, 374 feet, a little deeper than that. Slide rule is getting the angle wrong a little bit, but in any event, that's a 10th homer for Allison, and that's the 5th run for Minnesota today. They lead 5-2. Here's Hall, he's 0 for 2. Barber got it. 1-2 pitch was a late strike 3 call, but it was a strike. Here's Killebrew. He is singled, walked, and scored. 1 for 1. Pirates getting some help from the fill. 7-1 there. In the 9th, as it did the Giants. Killebrew draws a walk. I'm surprised that Barber is staying in. That's his 6th walk. Here's Bernie Allen, who also walked his last time up. 0 for 1 with a run scored and a walk. Pitch. Allen strikes out. 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. So Barber really laboring out there. It's a warm day, 86 degrees. Here's Jerry Zimmerman. Remember, he had the 2-run single his last time up in the 4th to make it make this comfortable anyway. Here's the pitch. Killebrew goes on the bat. Aparicio to Seaburn, and that retires the side. 1 run, 1 hit, and no errors. The run coming on the Allison Dinger. 5 in the books. It's 5-2 Minnesota. So we go to the 6th. Aparicio, Bowens, and Seaburn for the O's. Detroit and Chicago scoreless in the 7th. Aparicio is 0 for 2. Pitch from Stegman is a fly ball to right. Oliva, 1 out. Here's Bowens. 1 for 2. Single, run scored, and a strikeout. Remember, and 2 stolen bases. Yeah, that's right. He distracted Stegman to the point where Stegman gave up the homer to Seaburn. Remember, a true doubleheader next Wednesday from, I believe it's St. Louis, between the Cardinals and the Giants. Maybe from San Francisco, but it's a true doubleheader nonetheless. And then next Saturday, it is these Baltimore Orioles against the Chicago White Sox. And I believe that game is in Baltimore. Pitch to Bowens, ground ball right back to Stigman. Over to Allison for the out. Here's Seaburn, who had that 2-run homer his last time, up 1 for 2. The homer was his third in the RBIs, where RBI was number 16 and 17. Cleveland leads Washington 5-2 in the 8th. Complete scores after the 6th. And Seaburn strikes out. Pitch was in at the knees for strike 3. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 5.5, it's the Birds 2, Minnesota 5. And so Stigman, who had that RBI double in the 4th, will lead off here with Rosales, Rollins, and Oliva to follow. Well, Oliva, if anyone should reach. Pitch to Stigman as a comebacker to Barber. Over to Seaburn, 1 out. And that'll be it for Barber. So he does. He pitches to 27 batters in 5 innings, 5 in the 3rd innings. 119 pitches, 5 hits, 5 runs, all earned. He walked 6 and struck out 7. Dick Hall saunters in from the bullpen, and he has done yeoman's work for the Birds. He has no record with a save and an ERA of 1.46. In 12 innings, 10 hits allowed, 2 homers. He has walked 1 and struck out 5, and well, he's due to bat 5th in the 7th, but he's good for 55 pitches. So I imagine he may actually, we'll see. Rosales is 0 for 2 with a walk and a strikeout and his 24th RBI of the year. And he greets Hall with a comebacker. Over to Seaburn. 2 out. Here's Rollins. Richie is walked twice and struck out, so 0 for 1 officially. Hall's pitch. Fly ball to center. Samoli makes the catch. So Stigman probably his last inning as he gets the fatigue warning as Brooks Robinson scrolls to the plate to start the 7th. But now, before we go through the complete scoreboard, some of these games are final already. Anyway, bottom of the 8th in Cleveland. Cleveland 5, Washington 2. Leon Wagner was 8th of the year for the Indians. Ridzik and Kralik pitching in that one. Kralik in line for a 6th win. San Francisco lost 7-1 to Philadelphia. Johnny Carlson with the 6th homer of the year for the Phils. Bennett with a win. He goes to 5-4. The Mets shut out Phil Ortega and the Dodgers 4-0. Mets have won 3 in a row. Cats living with dogs, Armageddon, all that, comments and all that. Fisher moves to 3-7. Tigers and White Sox scoreless in the 8th. Now Larry Sherry and Hoyt Wilhelm. That's now a bullpen game. I'm surprised. That was Gary Peters and Denny McClain, the starters. And top of the 6th in Milwaukee, the Braves lead the Cubs 3-0. Lou Brock is 3 for 3 for Chicago. Larry Jensen and Warren Spahn still battling. All right, so Brooks Robinson is 0 for 2 with a walk. Stigman delivers. There is a fly ball. Second base. Rosales is there, 1 out. Samoli is 0 for 2, and you got to wonder when the computer's going to pinch hit for him because he cannot play defensively at all in center. On cue, here comes Bob Johnson. At 197, a homer and 6 RBI. Oh, yep, that's not that Bob Johnson. Oh, maybe it is. Maybe it is. Anywho, those 2 triples on the air, and he has a base hit this time as he grounds that one into right center. So a single for Johnson. That's the 5th hit for Baltimore. 1 on, 1 out. Top the 7th for Boog Powell, who is 0 for 2. Stigman's pitch gets away from Zimmerman. It's a wild pitch, and so Johnson moves into scoring position. Yankees and Angels have started on the coast, and they're scoreless in the 1st. So they were watching this one in their internet time machine. Hard to explain, I guess, for 1964. Maybe they were listening on the radio. 2-2 the count to Powell. Here's the pitch. Powell strikes out. And that's a big one from Stigman. He got him on a 2-2 pitch. The swing and miss at a 93-mile-an-hour fastball. 2 out for Dick Brown, who is 0 for 2. Stigman may come out to pitch the 8th here. Here's the pitch. Again, it gets away from Zimmerman. And another wild pitch. So Stigman is getting a bit wild Johnson is now on third, and it's a 1-2 count to Dick Brown. Here's the pitch. Brown. Line drive to Bernie Allen to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. Stretch time here in Bloomington. And Minnesota leads 5-2. So it's 87 degrees, a bit of a breeze out to left center at 7. Oliva, Allison, and Hall for the Red Hot Twins. Oliva is 0 for 3 with the strikeout. Here's the pitch. There's a fly ball to right. Powell off the wall. Oliva has 2. Oliva's going for 3. The throw is not in time. It is a triple for Tony Oliva. So Jackie Grant, by the way, is the new center fielder. And his numbers are kind of hard to read. He's a 7 range and a 7 arm. Certainly better than Gino Simoli. And I'll bring up Bob Allison, whose solo shot put the Twins ahead, I think. Anyways, 2 for 3, a homer, an RBI, and has scored twice. A big day for Vroom Vroom. And has a chance here to make it 6-2 with a sac fly or a single. He won't do it because he's getting 4 wide ones with Dick Ball. So here's Jimmy Hall. No relation. Jimmy's 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Here's the pitch. Jimmy hits one up the middle. That's going to be a single. Oliva scores. Allison will hold at second. And the Twins are running away with this one 6-2. Here's Killebrew. He's 1 for 1. He has singled, scored, and walked twice. Pitch to Killebrew. Here's a fly ball left center. Back goes Brandt to the track. It is well out of here. A 3-run shot for Killebrew. And the Twins go up 9-2. And again, the slide rule says 372. Not a chance. That ball just missed the upper deck out there. That ball was hammered. We're going to say 432. Just because I said so. Here's Bernie Allen. He is 0 for 2. He has struck out, walked, and scored. There's a line drive in the center. Grant is there. 1 out, finally. Here's Jerry Zimmerman. He is singled, 1 for 3. That big 2-run single in the 4th. That put the Twins ahead, I think. Anyway, he gets a fly ball to left. Bowens has it. 2 out. Stigman, will he bat? He ought to bat. I'll let him start the 7-run lead. He's 1 for 3 with a double, an RBI, and a strikeout. And he's got another extra base hit here in the right center. He's going for 2. The throw was not in time. And so Stigman's on with a double. That is the 9th Twins hit of the day. 9 runs, 9 hits, no errors. And they've stranded 6 so far. Baltimore, 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors, and they've stranded 3. The Twins needed to make a statement on national television or global internet, and my goodness, are they ever making a statement? Rosales 0 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout and an RBI. And he strikes out to end the inning. He watched strike 3. Not before the Twins put 4 on the board on 4 hits and no errors. After 7, it's 9-2 Minnesota. Dick Hall's spot is due up. He's not hitting. Joe Gaines, the pinch hitter. Joe, 0 for 11 on the year with 2 RBIs. Gaines with the ground ball with a line drive in the left center for a single. They'll bring up Jerry Adar. Jerry is 1 for 3 with a single. So now as the Orioles start their 4th trip to the lineup, Stigman at 7 innings, 6 hits, 2 runners so far, 2 runs scored so far, both earned, 122 pitches, no walks and 4 strikeouts. Here's the pitch. Adar, that's in the left center for a base hit. So Stigman's day is done. with that, but he leaves with a comfortable 9-2 lead. Garland Shiflett is a new pitcher. Shiflett. In 6 innings, he's allowed 5 hits. He has walked 1 and struck out 2, and he is the only Twins pitcher not tired. So he might go well. He has no record in an ERA of 3. Louis Aparicio at the plate. He's 0 for 3. White Sox and Tigers are scoreless in the 10th. Pitch to Aparicio is a chopper down to first. Shiflett to Allison, and that's an out. So runners move up 90 feet on the ground ball. Actually, it was Allison himself. So if you're scoring at home, it's 3U. So runners on second and third for Bowens, who was 1 for 3. He singled, scored, and struck out. And he strikes out, so Shiflett has done his job so far. He got him to swing offer on a 2-2 pitch. Here's Seaburn. He had that big 2-run homer in the 4th. The lone runs for the Orioles today. Here's the pitch. He got him! What an effort from Shiflett. He struck out 2 of the last 3. Strike 3 called, and that's the inning. So no runs, 2 hits, no errors, as Chuck Estrada starts the bottom of the 8th for the Orioles. Minnesota 9, Baltimore 2. They'll face Rollins, Oliva, and Bobby Allison here for the Twins. Estrada 1-1 on the year with a 3.72 ERA in the replay. 36 innings, 38 hits, 6 home runs allowed, 17 walks, and 27 strikeouts. They said Rollins has walked twice. He's 0 for 2 and struck out once. Estrada delivers, and that's a base hit up the middle. So the Twins want more. And he's going for 2, and he's safe. Did Brandt just kind of fall asleep there? That was not that hard hit. And Rollins, he just took right off. He was watching what Brandt was doing, and Brandt, he followed his fingernails or what, but that, it doesn't count as an error, but that's a mental error for Brandt. And the Twins start the 8th with a runner in scoring position. Speaking of the 8th inning, down the road in Milwaukee, it's 3-0 Braves over the Cubs. Here's Oliva. He had triple his last time up. He's 1 for 4. Pitch. There's a high fly ball left center. Will stay in the yard. Grant has it. Rollins will hold at second, 1 out. So here's Allison. Hit a solo shot his last time up. 2 for 3 today. A single. He has scored 3 times. And hits a line drive to center. That goes Grant, and that is off the batter's eye. That is a home run. And it's all Minnesota now. His 11th of the year, 445 feet. The people at the Acme Slide Rule Company said that their estimates are coming out about 30 feet short. So we'll say 445. Experimental system here. They're trying to get the home runs thing. They're feeding it into an IBM 360, but it's just not coming out right. So here's Jimmy Hall. He's 1 for 4, 11-2 now. If you're leaving after this, hold on to let me tell you that we'll have the Giants and Cardinals a doubleheader on Wednesday, and then next Saturday the Orioles and the White Sox. So that's what we got for you next week on the Pro Baseball 64 replay. Hall is 1 for 4, RBI single, 1 scored and a strikeout. Estrada delivers, and that ball is hammered, and it's gone! In the right center, off the scoreboard. So Chuck Estrada has been is a rudely treated guest, and that's his 10th of the year. And we'll say that one is 409. Here's Killebrew. Killebrew with a homer. His 10th of the year. He's 2 for 2. He also has a single and 3 RBIs. Or RBI. Here's a long drive to left. Bowens is there for the out. You know why it's RBI and not RBIs? because the plural is on the runs. They're not run batted in, they're runs batted in. So it's always a plural number. So that's why it is not grammatically correct to put that, to call it runs batted, to say RBIs, because the R is the plural. So now you've learned something today. Here's Bernie Allen, he's 0 for 3. He has walked and struck out, and he scored a run. And Estrada gets him to go down for strike 3, not before the Twins get 3 runs on 3 hits and no errors. We go to the top of the 9th. Detroit and Chicago scoreless in the 11th, by the way. It's Minnesota 12, Baltimore 2. It'll be Robinson, Brandt, and Powell for the Twins against Garland Shiflett, who just slammed the door on whatever chance Baltimore had in the 8th. 0 for 3 with the strikeout is Robinson. Fly ball to left center. Paul is there. He's 0 for 4. Now, here's Brandt. Jackie came in as a defensive replacement for Gino Simoli. What Gino Simoli was playing center field for, we do not know. Brandt at 191, 3 homers and 13 RBI. Pitch from Shiflett is popped up into center field. Hall comes in to make the catch, 2 out. Luke Powell, the batter. After the game, I'll give you all the scores for the day. After the game recap. Luke Powell is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Last hope for Baltimore today. It is hot now. It's now 89 degrees. But not as hot as the Twins were today. In the right center, that could be trouble. It'll be off the wall. Oliva throws it in, but Powell has a double. And so I'm sure the last thing that Luke Powell wanted to do now that it's 90 degrees is be running the bases. But, hey, they're only down by 10 down to their last out. 2 runs, 8 hits, no errors, and the Birds have stranded 5 so far. The Twins, 12 runs on 12 hits, no errors, and they've stranded 7. Brown is 0 for 3, the catcher. Pitch to Dick. Popped up. That should be it. Versalis calls for it, and the Twins win 12 to 2. So 3 hours and 23 minutes to play it. The Twins go to 33 and 16. Baltimore went ahead 2-0 in the third and the fourth. Adar, by the way, I didn't even get to that. Singled in the third to take his hitting streak down to 11. Norm Seaborn with a 2-run shot to make it 2-0 Baltimore. That was after Sam Bowens danced his way to 2 stolen bases. But in the fourth, the Twins responded. They sent 9 to the plate, including a 2-run single by Jerry Zimmerman to tie the game. Dick Stigman gave the Twins the lead. Shouldn't just guess his stuff at the game. I know it was coming all at the end. He scored Bernie Allen to make it 3-2, and then Zolo Versalis grunted into a fielder's choice to make it 4-2. And that was all the scoring for the Birds. The Twins got a solo shot from Allison in the 5th to make it 5-2. Harmon Killebrew with a 3-run shot topped a 4-run 7th inning. Jimmy Hall singled Antonio Oliva as well. And in the 8th, Bobby Allison's 400, let's make that 45-foot bomb off the batting green made it 11-2, and then Jimmy Hall followed with a solo shot to make it 12-2. Bobby Allison, 3 for 4, 2 homers, 3 RBI, 4 runs, and a good practice lap at Talladega. Jimmy Hall, 2 for 3 with a home run, 2 RBI, and 2 runs. Harmon Killebrew, 2 for 3, a home run, 3 RBI, 2 runs, and 2 walks. And Dick Stigman, yes, the pitcher, 2 for 4 and 2 doubles. American League American League pitchers hit forever, man. Never forget. Anyway, Stigman with a win. 7 innings, 2 runs, both earned, 7 hits, no walks, 4 strikeouts. He goes to 5-2. We won't go through the Baltimore pennant. Wasn't all that effective. Steve Barber pitched 5 1/3 for the loss. No errors, so 5 earned runs, 5 hits. He walked 6, just could not find the strike zone, and struck out 7. He goes to 2-5 on the year. Let's go through this busy June 6th. The Cleveland Indians did beat the Senators 5-2. Jack Kralik with the win. Daniels with the loss. Phillies beat the Giants 7-1. Bennett with the win. Sanford with the loss. We told you the Mets shut out the Dodgers 4-0. A walk-off win for the White Sox 1-0. Kreutzer and Egan with a win. His first Egan with a loss. Braves shut out the Cubs 4-0. Warren Spahn goes to 5-2. Angels, it was not a doubleheader. They beat the Yankees, so good news for the Twins. Angels win 2-1. Dean Chance goes to 3-4. Jim Bouton goes to 3-4. And Lee gets his 6th save. Let's see. Cardinals beat the Reds 9-6. Washburn gets his 2nd win. Larry's 2-2. I'm not going to say the other name. Roger Craig with a 2nd save. I'm sorry, Al, Red Sox fan. Kansas City 7, Boston 4. O'Donohue with his first win of the year. Jack LaMob goes to 4-7. And John Wyatt, who will become a Red Sox pitcher, gets a 7th save. In the game you just saw, Minnesota 12, Baltimore 2. So the lead for Minnesota is now a game and a half over the Yankees. The White Sox and the Orioles are now tied for 3rd, 6 back. In the National League, Pittsburgh, a comfortable 6-game lead. Let me double check real quick to see where this doubleheader is for you on Wednesday. It's at Candlestick. So the Cardinals and the Giants from Candlestick. I got to make sure I have the right screen all set up for that. And it's a true, honest-to-godness doubleheader to celebrate the, what is it? My high school graduation 25 years before it happened. So, until then, I'm Ron Tuckett for Retro Sports Network. We'll talk to you the next time.